All right, we're back. It's about 7:30 p.m. We're out on the adventure course. Still Saturday, June 7th, 2025. Adventure course is rallied once again from the wintertime storm damage. Got the Arktos all fired up, ready to go. Cool little truck. Wow, a lot of slop in the transmission. I'm just noticing that right off the bat. A little bit of rolling slop when you come to a stop. Slow crawling it. We've got a stick wedged up between our axle on the other side. Our lights are off at the moment. We'll be turning them on here in a second. Right off the bat, it is a cool little truck. I like it. I only had a couple 6x6s. I don't have any 1/10 scale 6x6s. My brother has a TRX6 Mercedes-Benz Traxxas. I have my Tamiya Volvo A60H tipper truck, which is a 6x6. And previously I had a WPL B16, which was not very impressive. If the WPL B16 had this thing's chassis and running gear, it'd be so much better. It's a big drop right there. Moving back in around a little bit with the steering turbo. That weird angle. Now let's try this hill over here before we continue on. Different axles might be better for it. Maybe some Traxxas axles or something. Getting dived on by mosquitoes. Mental note. Go, go baby, go. No problem. Piece of cake. Also kind of timing our run here to see how long of a runtime we get out of this battery. Tight squeeze on this side. Mosquitoes are thick. Trouble on that one. It's a lot to ask for, though. Mosquitoes. Yeah, maybe in second gear we might be able to make it. I never did check the front of this vehicle to see if we had a spot the mount on winch. We did kind of look a little bit tight underneath that body. Yeah, we made it over. All right, let's back it up again. We'll head towards the frog pond. Cool truck. Mosquitoes, terrible back here today. Paying with blood on this sacrifice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make it straight on. Great approach ankle. I'm sure we can start climbing up it, especially with that back axle pushing us. Oh, don't want to roll it here. This would be the first rollover if we did. I'd rather not. We're definitely up in the air. Cut right, see if we can. Nope, we're still wanting to roll over. Back off and go a bit more right. Nope, we're going to roll over to the left this time. We are over. I definitely rolled over now. Back up and cut to the left. Not looking good. Proceed forward. Oh, it's not good. Nope, that is unrecoverable. Our first rollover. Probably better off if we just leave our mirrors in. Sorry for laughing, Dave. But I can just foresee that happening again. It was doing pretty good on that straight down approach. I almost think we can make it, really. If we can line ourselves up a little bit better. We're getting ready to roll it over on the driver's side that time. A little bit more front end weight. You might have it. We had a winch line going down to the front axle. Pull the front end down a little bit. Yeah, you give it a try. Oh, looked like I might have it on that one. Well, we could try second gear, but that, I don't know. Might be a bad idea. I'm not getting over that very easily. That's a good little climb. See if we can climb up the ridge line on this rock. We did that with the TRX4M High Trail and Bronco. On one wheel here, the passenger side tire is completely in the air. Nothing but air under there. Whoa, don't go that way. Mosquitoes are terrible. Holding hard left. Yeah, there we go. Come on, baby. We're almost there. There we go. That's a good little climb. Trying to cut back to the right. The steering degree is not too far. I think we could get a little bit more turning radius out of this thing. And there's like 1,000 mosquitoes buzzing around me. It's terrible. Hasn't been this bad out here in a while. Seems like our mosquito sprayers are using perfume or something. Because they're in here thick. Some kind of mosquito attractor. And we're about rolled over here. We're kind of getting saved by the stick. I'm holding it hard left, hoping we can straighten it back out. Excuse me for moving around. Mosquitoes are just shredding me up here. Those aren't pixies flying past the camera. Little blood-sucking vampires. Oh, that's a nice little crawl. Mosquito trying to draw blood off my finger at the same time. Oh, little body snag, chassis snag. We made it. And take this very slow. Well, saving grace is that it's a little bit long. There's the extra axles on the back that kind of help pull it to the ground. Yeah, not bad. Stick jammed up at our back axle there. Just snapped it. Blood-sucking mosquitoes are vicious. Now we got a stick kind of wedged up on their back axle back here. Don't know if it's slowing us down yet or not. GRX4M High Trail could not make it up this on a slow crawl. GRX4M Bronco was able to. High Trail has a lower transmission gear, or a low gear set. Bronco still has a stock gear set, so a little bit more wheel speed out of the Bronco, and it's able to get up here a little bit easier. High Trail was not in this spot. I had to move over closer to us to get up it. Hey, stick it in the back. It's driving me nuts. This is certainly a cool truck. Heading towards the tunnel. Almost attempted to continue this run another day here. Maybe tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning. Mosquitoes are crazy back here. Approaching the log pile here. And thinking maybe we should be moving over to the rock pile instead. Might be less mosquitoes over there. I'm not too sure where that free play is coming from, whether it's in the transmission or in the axles. Might be in the transmission. Great little truck though, so far. Digging it. Curious about the whole brushless deal, if they have a brushless version of this or not. Oh, busting through the twigs. Got stuck on our sun visor. Oh, and our mirror. Driver didn't have a chainsaw. Axe my fingers, my knuckles are all chewed up. Mosquitoes. I know the stuff that our mosquito sprayers are using. I looked it up online, and it's something that you can buy from the local hardware store, as it turns out. And mix with water. Use a backpack leaf blower to fog it out there. So I might start buying some of that stuff and fog my own property. At least I know if I'm doing the fogging that it's covered. I've never done that before, but I've seen the guys do it over here plenty of times. It ought to be pretty easy. What a cool little truck. Really capable right out of the box. Approach angles, departure angles, the whole nine. Oh, we're gonna roll it. Here we go. What a cool little truck. Definitely might roll it on the descent there. Square it up on top of the truck before we go over this edge. Great departure angles, especially for a flatbed tow truck. Pound for pound, I mean, really, scale-wise, compared to a TRX 6 hauler, this thing is probably more capable with the approach and departure angles on it. No, that's 1/10 versus 1/18 or whatever this is, 1/16, 1/18. But still, pound for pound, once again, if you're to shrink the TRX 6 hauler down, or the TRX 6 Mercedes-Benz for that matter, I think this thing is probably better, pound for pound, scale for scale. Great approach and departure. So once again, we got a stick wedged up between our back axle there. We're dragging along as we're navigating through these boulders. We're on her over. Turn into the right here. Maybe we can try to level it out a bit. Oh, bad move. Bad move there. Yeah, that's the hand of God, I think. Yep. Bummer. Well, let's put it back where it was. Partially rolled over. Change our tactic out a bit here. Alright, so we're right here. Front tire in that groove. We'll cut left this time. Or right. As we face the camera. Maybe cut to the left there and back to the right. A little bit of slop rolling forward there on the transmission. Ultimately, with this transmission, it might be better off welding it in the low range. You have to sacrifice your high range and neutral ability. But if you want to eliminate the slop, physically tack welding the transmission or gluing it into low range probably be the best way to do it. Real storm damage here. Man, about to say he was doing great. I got hung up there. ESC, once again, much better having that dipper switch click forward into the different position. See if we can climb up through these 2 points right here. A lot of sticks out on the course, and that seems to be jamming up the truck quite a bit in between the axles, I noticed. More so than a four-wheeler. Different links on the front for the steering links, and maybe a Mofo Servo Beast steering servo. Might be a cool upgrade for it. This one's not doing too bad though, so far. The stock servo. But make us see the storm damage okay. Pretty gnarly little section. We made it through. Let's try the tombstones. That's a wicked area. I had the TRX4M F-150 through there. It made it. It was a rough go, but it made it. Tree stumps as well, leading up to the tombstones, is another wicked little area. They're hammered in about 17 or 18 inches into the ground, so they're not going anywhere. Probably more solid than most tree stumps of equal size. Front axle snagged on a stump. Mosquitoes are evil. Evil today. This is a serious sacrifice to get out here, or to be out here. Alright, so our front tire is completely below this brick here. And we kind of maxed out our servo there. Stalled out the truck a little bit. Back tires are poised up on a couple stumps back there. Mosquitoes. Sorry for the camera wiggling around. Well, there's a couple different routes we can go here. We might be able to golf cart path it across these rocks right here, these bricks, or possibly go that way. I thought I could golf cart it, path it with the TRX4M high trail, and was having trouble. Couldn't get past these two gatekeepers right here at the front, but ended up going that way with the high trail. So we'll see what happens here. We'll try to take the cart path on the left and see if we can make it through here. If not, we'll go this way. Mosquitoes, man, mosquitoes are relentless. Probably not catching them flying on camera, but man, they're all over the place. Got a front axle snagged on this block down here. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are affecting my driving. Nibbling on my fingertips here, and the back of my fingers. No. Cased it. This might be hand of God. We're kind of stuck in a bad spot here. Forcing us over this direction. I don't want to break this thing on my first day out with it. We got it wedged in here pretty good. Really not a spot you should be taking any vehicle. 1/10 scale or otherwise. It's a wicked area. The axles are crossed up in between these things, in between these bricks. No, that's a hand of God right there, boys and girls. Oh yeah, she's in there good. Really good. All right, well, let's back it up a little bit. Mosquitoes just buzzing around. Let's try a different route. Contact for the front bumper. There we go. Got the land on it. Where we cased it previously, doing the same thing we did last time. Oh, there we are. Exact same thing we did last time. Yep. Oh, that's not good. It's a bad area. Right out a good spot to take the 6x6. We got our back axle snagged up against a tree stump, so we can't back up any further. This vehicle has portals. The TRX4M high trail does not. This vehicle has 6-wheel drive. The TRX4M high trail does not. Our make-believe driver is in a nice enclosed cab, not getting bitten by mosquitoes. But the real driver is not. I'm getting torn up. Buggers. Driving one-handed here. Swatting mosquitoes with the other. We made it through the bricks. That was deadly. The tombstones. Not a good area for any vehicle, once again. It's a testament to the truck. Now this run right here was very difficult for the TRX6 or TX4M high trail. The high trail is a little bit wider than the bricks. I'm not too sure how this thing stacks up. It is, well, a little bit narrower, so we might be able to climb up it. So the high trail was having problems through here, and we end up going around the side here up the gravel hill. So we'll see how the 6x6 does. Probably should be better off taking that inside lane just because we've got a stick going across the path here. So we'll readjust and try to aim for that inside lane. There is a bypass lane going around it. But what fun is that? It's kind of like the walk of shame. Keep our tires on the bricks if I can. It's a narrow run here. RC Adventure Park designed for 1/10 scale vehicles. I think the only smaller scale vehicles, as far as the SCX 24s go, I think the deadbolts were released about the time I built this track, but we didn't have one at that point in time. Track's been here for a while, since 2018, I want to say, when I started construction. We're getting snagged on the stick. I think we're going to have to move the stick just to be fair. We're moving it with the truck. That's not what we wanted. Let's get that out of here. Falling off the bricks here. Oh, we're sliding off the bricks. Come on, baby, get yourself back up there. Oh boy. There we go. Oh, come on, baby. We gotta get up there before we get across the hill. There we go. Or else we would have been done for. We couldn't get over that before we crested the hill. We would have rolled it. We might roll it on the way back down if we can't get back up on these bricks, because that's a steep drop right there. We might be better off just trying to crisscross this path. Trying to get up on that brick there, it's not happening. Right there. Oh. Falling back off the other side again. Very tight path here once again. We made it. That sweet truck. Hobby Plus Arktos. Available in multiple locations, online stores. And once again, I purchased this from Direct RC, also known as Heli Direct. Once again, not being sponsored by Direct RC or Heli Direct. But if they watch this video and are interested in a partnership program or something like that, I would definitely be interested in that. More than willing to send people their way. Especially if it's a mom and pop style store. Amain's a great hobby store. We love Amain Hobbies, but might have started out as a mom and pop store, but it's huge now, you know. Kind of like Walmart starting out as a mom and pop grocery store and then turning into what it is today, which is a monster. Oh, we're gonna roll it. Back on our wheels. Hey, we're still alive. Let's try this other lane over here. We're on the left lane. Let's try the right lane. More traction opportunity on this lane. Not good. We're drifting off. Keep drifting off to the right. think we need to back up and realign. This brick is kind of coming in on an angle over here, so everything's kind of a little bit sideways. Might have to come in on the right turn. And we're outside of the turn. So try a little bit of speed to get up that. There we go. Got up the first hill. Now we're probably going to have to crisscross this, because once again, we're going to have a narrow laneway on the right. Very narrow laneway over here with a drop off. So we'll probably be better off if we go to the left and try to get across in between here. There's a rocky spire sticking out right here. So cuts into the laneway. Might be a little difficult pass. Try to make it through right through here if we can. Or we'll try going straight first. Why not? Let's go straight first. We're here, right? Room straight for. Let's see if we can get up there. We're going up a straight portion of the wall. No false camera angles is what we're looking at, which is definitely better than 45 degrees. We're not going to make it up that. Try to make it through this narrow divide. Channel subscriber and friend Dan Weiss was out here once again last weekend. What's up, Dan? And he had his Arktos 6x6 out, and he was driving around. I'm not too sure where all he went with it, because I was filming another vehicle at the time, I think. And might have got a little sidetracked with the Arktos and how far he went with it. Yeah, we were filming the, what were we filming that weekend? I can't remember. Oh yeah, the SCX-24s. And then I broke a drive shaft on my SCX-24. And we should have used the Arktos to haul my SCX-24 out. We were going to hold right here. Good hill braking. We broke the drive shaft right on the SCX-24 out in that rock pile over there. Popped my front drive shaft off, just the two ears that connect the ball joints together popped off, and was able to snap it back together. But we could have hauled it out on Dan's Arktos, and we didn't even think about it. I picked it up and went back to the workshop and put it back together, and then came back out, and I think my battery's dead at that point in time. But Dan was running around with his Arktos, and I missed some of that driving. But Dan was filming it on his own camera. This is a neat little truck. Looks like our body's unlatched here a little bit. Maybe from that rollover. Yep, there we go. Maybe it wasn't latched in all the way to begin with. I'm not sure. Wicked little rock shelves here. And right now we're about 51 minutes in. Actual runtime maybe 48 or so, 45. Had some mosquito swatting time in between. Center axle in the air. Oh no, we're not gonna be able to span the gap before we roll over. Have to cut a little bit more to the right. There we go. Mosquitoes. Cool truck. Mosquitoes are terrible up here. Top of the mountain. Oh, bottomed out. Scraping our chassis on that rock. I'll go easy. It's a big drop. Now, I'm not too concerned about our way down here so much as I am about the way back up. TRX4 High Trail was having a heck of a time right here. We'll drop down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton, and see what it's like on the way back up here. Mosquitoes, my goodness, they're tearing me apart. Affecting my driving here as I try to turn around as quickly as I can. They're shredding me. Definitely have to have a talk with our mosquito guy. This is not good. Excuse the gravel displacing underneath my shoe here. Alright, so TRX6 or TRX4M High Trail. Couldn't make it up this. Wow, the mosquitoes are just buzzing my hand. Oh, we're about ready to flip it. We made it up with no problem. Awesome. Look at that. One timed it. Climbing up a steeper portion of it too. That's impressive. Well, let's drop it, pick it up and spot drop it here real quick. I'm getting torn up pretty bad. We rolled that TRX4M over this hill and down this hillside at least twice, I want to say. Arktos has another set of axles pushing it, so, you know, over here, front wheels high in the air. Just ease on the throttle. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. That is so cool. What a great little truck. What a great little truck. Great crawling potential right there. Just try to run it up the ravine here. Run it up the center of this crevice. Oh, getting snagged on that rock. Little black mohawk there underneath the skid plate. Oh, beautiful. This little truck is something else. I really like it. I really like this thing. What a nice truck. Very cool. Drop this back over the edge here, making sure we don't roll it. We're not going to go any further than that. You're kissing that rock. Need a stinger bumper for that. See if we can angle a little bit more to the right. A lot more to the right. If we angle much more to the right, we're going to be rolling it. We're definitely looking to roll it, that's for sure. I'm surprised at that, frankly, that we were able to back up that. Oh, it was amazing. We even got out of that. It's a wicked little area. We definitely need to go that way. So we'll just continue backing up here. Take advantage of it, being out of that crevice. Make our way this way. What a cool little truck. I guess I should have been running this thing with the high beams on the whole time to really do a battery run or see how long the battery is going to last. Oh, don't go that way. Keep turning right. There we go. The slop in the transmission really isn't that bad. It doesn't affect the downhill all that much. At least so far. I know, famous last words. All right, well, let's spin the truck around. Let's climb back up that. We'll save a little bit of time. I'm trying to maneuver around and just spin it around by hand. Oh, I'm free. Hugging the tree. Tree hugger. Hey, we made it. Cool. Oh, snagging the axle. And there's that brick. All right, we made it up there. Once again. All right. We proved it could do it. Let's try this other side over here. Mosquitoes are trying every side of my hands. Front side, back side, top side. Well, that's a steep angle. Passenger side tire in the air. Passenger front, that is. Hunting for traction. Mosquitoes are hunting for a spot to bite me. That is a distraction while you're hunting for traction. The mosquitoes biting the back of your fingers. Big rock crevices here. Kind of in one right now. Might be helping us, might be hurting us. Pretty steep little area, really. Oh, wow, that's all that really needs to be seen right there. The fact that it can crawl that with such ease. Extra axle, of course, but hey. Usually the 4x4s do better out here, but this little 6x6 is doing pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I like it. Try this from a different direction. The most difficult line that there is out here for this hill is the one I'm on right now. That big round rock in front of us is going to be a tough climb. We've got these steps as well. It's getting pretty darn steep. Tires are trying to grab. Definitely hear that. And it's walking off the side of it. We can't quite get up the face. Mosquitoes. Terrible. Can't quite get up the face of that. Get around the outside, possibly. Ooh, we're leaning. Might need those sway bars on the back just to stiffen things up a little bit back there. Cool truck. Did I mention that? Wow, what a great truck. Mosquitoes are terrible back here. We're going to try the log bridge. I don't think it's going to go very well. The log bridge is broken in a couple places. About to go through a broken section right now. Oh, we just made it through that big broken section back there. Right through there. Oh, falling off the bridge. Again. We got our axle snagged. We're really falling off now. The bridge is broken, ultimately. So we're not going to be able to go too far. I just wanted to see if we could make it up this far. Oh, no, by the way. Pulling ourselves off the bridge. Well, it was a good effort. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. That was a big rollover. Huge rollover. What can we do here? Can we make it over this? We might be wide enough. Yeah, just barely wide enough. We can try that. Giving the mosquitoes more opportunities to draw blood on me. A tight, narrow path here on the brick bridge. Nothing's even. The bricks are leaning towards us, and one is a step lower than the other. One's steeper than the other. The one on the driver's side is a steeper face than the one on the passenger side. And it's tilted. They're tilted this way. So you're sliding off. And we're sliding off right over here. We're already off to a bad start. We're not squared up. It'd be very difficult to square this up. Getting ready to fall off on this side. Excuse my angles. High filming angle here. Yeah, we're wheeling. Getting our wheels in the air. Oh, too steep for the 6x6 right there. Oh, we're falling in. Oh, we're falling in the hole. Okay, so that's not going to happen. And we might be able to make it up one lane or another, but it's going to be touchy. Mosquitoes are tearing me to pieces. Probably going straight up the center. Excuse the high filming angle. Very tight run. Just keep falling off the edge of it. All right, well, I don't think we're going to be able to tackle the bridge here. Maybe yes, maybe no. Not today. We're getting just torn up from mosquitoes. It's really horrible. I feel like I'm filming in to Amazon or something. Day 2. Mosquitoes were tearing me up yesterday, and I had to call quits on the video. It was like almost 8 o'clock at night when I was out here filming, so excuse the interruption here. Don't think we're going to make it. Just a little bit too narrow. But we'll go spot drop it somewhere else. This little rock hill over here might be an interesting little climb. Let's give it a shot. We'll go for the toughest approach. Most difficult, seemingly. Oh boy. Didn't realize how close we were to the edge on that side. Trying to cross this up and hit a little bit diagonally. We got something snagged. There we go. Pretty crazy little rock shelf that we're heading into right now. This one always stalls the 110 scale vehicles, where that rock is wrapping around the front tire there. We've got a bunch of sand down below the back tires as well. Sand that is washed down the hill. These rocks are all set up to bring your truck towards the camera. Everything is leaning towards the camera, leaning downhill. And also leaning downhill this way. If we look at this rock, the way the striations are going on it, it's all pointing downhill. So everything is kind of on an angle like this. When you get on it with your truck, it brings you down and to the left automatically. So the whole the whole hillside is, even though it doesn't look like all that much, it's built to it's definitely built to defeat you. Not an easy climb, no matter how easy it looks or may look. Oh, we're gonna roll it over. We're just bouncing on the back axle there. It's not a good situation to back out of that. Let's get our front end back on the ground. Whoa, we rolled it regardless. I lost count on our rollovers. I think that might be 2, possibly 3 with the truck. Dig those collapsible mirrors. One thing I did notice is after we changed our ESC around and changed the settings around so we have reverse instantly without having brake first and then reverse, is that we lost our brake lights on the back. It doesn't go into brakes when you hit reverse. Or when you tap the brake, it just automatically goes to reverse. Put it that way. If you switch the ESC around to the other setting, it'll give you that brake light before you hit reverse. And channel 4 does nothing apparently. That's a bummer. It'd be nice if, since channel 4 doesn't do anything, it'd be nice if that was like a separate button, like let's say for the turn signals. So no matter what light selection you had on the vehicle, you'd be able to toggle the turn signal selection on or off with that button. That'd be a nice way to go. They use it for like a separate on-off switch for the turn signals. As it sits right now, the turn signals only work on the first headlight selection, I believe. That's cool. We're making it. So far, shouldn't have said nothing. Slow it down. Once again, the rock is pulling you downhill. You're constantly fighting, constantly pulling to the right. This truck is incredible. This thing is incredible. I really like it. Very impressive. Pound for pound, price point, whole 9 yards. I really wish I was in a partnership program with Direct RC or Heli Direct. That way I could, direct all you guys over that way. It's too bad that this vehicle isn't available at Amain Hobbies. Or maybe it's not. Nice thing about it not being available at Amain Hobbies once again is that the little guys like Direct RC, not so mainstream, which probably are getting pretty mainstream, gives them a fighting chance. They don't have to compete with Amain when it comes to this vehicle, anyways. We got a stick wedged in underneath our chassis right here, and we snapped it on the way through. That rock is pretty straight up and down. So there we're getting up that. We had a winch on the front. We can tie it down and drag ourselves over. We had a little bit more front end weight. Might help carry us over a little bit. Not steering, that's for sure. I keep turning my wheel like it's going to help us guide us in reverse. Not helping us when the tires are in the air. Oh, roll it over. Now let's just keep going. Maybe we can cut left and straighten it back out. Slowly. I'm going forward and turning left at the same time. Very gently. We might just roll it right on over. Yep. Oh, we got it. All right. Back on our wheels. Still alive. I say that sometimes when we play follow the leader, or at least when we were younger, we were playing follow the leader with the RC cars, smaller ones like the Radio Shack ones that ran on the C-cell batteries. If you rolled the vehicle over and you're upside down on your roof, that meant that you're dead. But if you landed, that meant that you were still alive and you could continue on. If you're dead, that meant that the other person got to go next. And then you just catch up, afterwards. Or continue. Meaning that you lost the lead and they were taking over from there. We landed on our wheels. Alright, well, we made it through that without a problem. Let's go hit this other little rock pile over here. Arktos swim back on the other side of the broken bridge. Beginning of the rock pile, essentially. This truck is a lot of fun, in case I hadn't mentioned that. Yes, I keep my lights off there, I'm sorry. We're doing a battery test, trying to check it. Total runtime, and yeah, I have the lights shut off. Let's go up that hill right there. Give it a try. It's pretty darn steep. Not too many of the 1/10 scale vehicles have made it up that. Maybe one at the most. Not too sure if we tried the Red Cat Ascent out here on that. The Ascent Fusion. This is a steep little climb. Not necessarily the rock we're on right now, but the rock we're going to be climbing on next. This one. Yep. Not enough front end weight. That's a bummer. Wonder how much it needs. Quite a bit. Quite a bit to hold it down. Yeah, it takes quite a bit of pressure on the nose. Just a little bit too strong of an angle there. Once again, turning the wheels while it's in the air like it's actually going to do anything. Just hoping. Sorry for laughing, Dave. Try going this way. Sure, that's killing the battery where I'm just holding the pose like that. Give you a better idea what we're up against here. There's really nowhere to go here after this. The fact that we made it this far is pretty darn good, though. We're gonna get hung up on the chassis right here. But it's still, that was a narrow little pathway that it climbed up. It's pretty impressive. Not gonna be so gentle back and back down, though, I can tell you that. Whoa. We're not getting out of that. That's a good little bang on the roof there. Continue where we left off here, going straight towards the bridge. I'm eyeballing other routes as we go, as I talk. We could go right through here, or we could maybe try to go right through here. We're definitely not going to make it through here, but this is the other route that we're aiming for. The initial route. Catching the light on a nail back here on this side of that broken bridge. All right, that's bad. I think if we get ourselves far enough to the left or to the right, that way, we might be able to get a good approach on this. But we have to get over this leg on the bridge here that's falling down without breaking an axle. As well as that one on either side that we just backed over. Just forced it over. Because we're forcing this passenger side tire up this other log over here. We're going to try to go this way. What a great truck. That was a good little climb right there. We definitely weren't going to make it over this edge right here. Just too much of a right angle on that transition point. But down here, it kind of slopes a little bit on the way up. This is a very capable little vehicle. Once again, for the price. Great deal. Trying to find a good approach here. Longer vehicle, I have to take that into account. Extra axle in the back. Want to get up the face of this rock right here, one way or another. Once again, I think we need to go further that way. Once again, turning the wheels like it's actually doing anything. The way we're sitting right now, we're going to roll over. But I want to keep that front tire on the hill and go the way we're going currently. Put it that way. So I'm trying to keep back up and keep the tire on the rock without dropping our bumper down like that. So let's see if we can spin our back end around a little bit. Same thing, we're going to roll it over. Perhaps front tire's making contact over here on this other side. We might be able to make it up. This truck is awesome. Pound for pound, this is one of the better RC investments I made in the last year or so. This one is pretty darn cool. A lot of bells and whistles and things for the price. And very capable once again. So when you're comparing capability and with price and taking everything into consideration, it's a great vehicle. But right here, I think this is a spot where maybe a TRX4M would be able to climb up it, just because of the only having 4 wheels versus having 6. So it has takes less weight to hold the front end down. basically. So I think they might have an advantage in this situation. If we use a little speed going into this, I'm sure we can power up and over the spot that's hanging us up, which is basically right here. If we can get our wheels past this point right here to the point where our front tires are making contact, we'd be okay. So I think a quick little burst of speed going into this from like right here, we could probably make it up. Almost had it there. Let off. Reposition the truck. Try that again. There we go. That was cool. Rode a wheelie there. This is a sweet truck. Once again, I love it. I love it. As far as first drives go, I've definitely put my seal of approval on this thing. Long-term longevity and durability, I'm not too sure as of yet. So if you run out and buy one, and after a couple weeks you start having problems with it, I'm sorry. It's just my first run. And my first initial impressions are that it's a nice truck. Oh, we're gonna roll it. We're gonna roll this nice truck. We have to turn into this. Definitely cool. All right, let's go find a spot to spot drop this baby. We got the rock bridge over here. It's gonna be a long video. I have no doubt that we can make the approach coming in here. T-Rex Brown Bronco had a little bit of trouble over here the other day, but it was raining when we were over here. Or just rained, so everything was soaking wet. Let's give it a shot. Trying to find the most challenging route. This route right here is not bad. It has a couple little dips in it and a pretty strong angle right there coming into that crevice and climbing back out. It's basically climbing through a little ravine right here. There's a nice rock shelf on that, about 4 inches tall, 5 inches tall. This one, smooth rock coming in, might be a little slick, but it's round, so sure we'd be able to get our belly over top of it. And then we'd go along this ridge line, so we'd have to come in here and hit to here and crack up over top of this ridge to make this approach, which is not very friendly, really. It's kind of taking you down and to the left. Another choice is to come through here and up and through this big rock, which is kind of shaped like a diamond or Superman's shield there, and work our way up that way. So kind of come in and or go around the outside and come up through here, which is another little narrow pathway coming up along that edge of that ridge line to the top of the hill. So several different choices that we can take here. I think the most challenging would probably be this left side or possibly this far right side. Let's go to that far right side. It looks pretty wicked. Now the only thing that really seems to hang this truck up are little sticks and twigs. Stuff like this. It just seems to really get wrapped up in here for some reason. More so than a 4x4. At least that's my initial impression. That's what I've noticed right off the bat. Or noticing right off the bat. That rock that where our back tires are sitting on is super smooth. Not much traction. Next rock is quartz. It has a lot of quartz in it. I can see a piece reflecting at me right now. Oh, we're gonna roll it over. As soon as the back tires get a little bit further up the hill, we'll settle out. But Right now we're close to rolling it. Oh, we're not settling that one out. All right, well, either we turn right, hard right, and go forward and try to make this thing, get this thing upright. Going in reverse isn't going to do anything. Or will it? Maybe it will. Stand corrected. Once again, this is a spot I think we'd have to wheelie into it to or power into it to get over it. Like I said, I thought this was going to be the toughest route. Oh, it's not looking good. All our tires are in the air. Back end's dug in. All right, I think we're going to try to keep a set of tires here and a set of tires here and straddle this perfectly. Every time we come through here, our back tires keep dropping off this edge and cause us to roll over. So let's try to keep our back tires on these rocks. So we'll have to come in here and hold this straight a little bit further before we start to turn left a little. Or don't turn left at all, just keep holding straight. Try to keep these back tires tracking on this rock. As soon as they fall off that, we're losing all our traction. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Getting close to the top, pretty narrow little approach here as well. Nicely done for the little 6x6. Let's pick her up and put her into a different spot. Let's try this left lane. Much appreciation to all the viewers that are hanging in there still, watching this thing. Epic RC Adventures on my channel. Problem is, the bigger the adventure course that you make, the longer your videos become. I didn't think we'd have a problem with that round rock. This one might be a bit of a different story. Center axle was in the air briefly. Front axle's in the air. Passenger side. Now we gotta be careful here. If we go any further to the right, that front tire is gonna drop off that edge and we're gonna roll it over. So a very narrow little pathway coming through here. So I got to come through here and try to get onto the edge of this rock, which is another piece of like solid quartz that's just blinging in the sunlight, but the camera is really not catching it at all, which is too bad. It's throwing out a lot of sparkles. And we dropped the front end over the edge while we were admiring the rock there. Back tire's falling off this edge as well. Pretty much a straight up wall right there. Definitely makes you appreciate the cab over. Cab over, because the cab is over the wheels. That's where the term a cab over comes from. Making contact with that center axle and back axle's in here. There we go. This truck is amazing. Stock links, once again, no high clearance links on it as of yet. And they are aluminum. The high clearance links that Hobby Plus makes are aluminum. And you got to keep in mind that plastic does slide over rocks better than aluminum does, even, you know, high clearance versus not. It doesn't mean the plastic ones are better. That doesn't mean that the high clearance ones are that much better. We're doing pretty good today without them. Let's take a look at the underside of our truck since we're past the obstacle anyways. Not too sure if we'd really even need high clearance links on this, really. If we look at where our drive shaft pinion is on the vehicle, right down here, that's your pinion on the drive shaft, where the universal is connecting to the pinion on the differential. Now you see where the link is right here. High clearance links are going to probably bring this up higher, which means that your pinion down here is going to be even more exposed than what it already is. The pinion is a little bit lower than the link, kind of like the TRX4Ms. So high clearance links might not be all that advantageous to put on here, really. Same thing across the back. Those plastic links are allowing the vehicle to slide over obstacles a little bit easier than a high clearance link would. And the link is really above the universal. So the axle is still hitting first, or the drive shaft is still hitting first before the link is. Front, same thing, same situation. The pinion is hanging down below the link ever so slightly. So high clearance links might not do you any good on this vehicle. Might be better off just leaving the factory plastic links on here, which once again are slippery or slick. So they slide over rocks a lot easier than aluminum. Aluminum on rock, especially something like this, which is solid quartz, a lot of traction, would snag up big time on this stuff. And steel would do the same thing. Brass will do the same thing. Titanium might glide across the rocks the best out of all the metals, but I think plastic, hard compound plastic, or whatever, a little slick like this, is going to slide over better than any of those. And right now, like I said, I think it'd be useless because these are pretty smooth coming across there, and the pinion is hanging down on the drive shaft below the links already. So if you put high clearance links on here, then the pinion on your drive shaft is going to be even lower, and it's going to take a lot of abuse, and I don't think it'd be advantageous, put it that way. Better off leaving the stock ones on there. I was going to get high clearance links for it as well when I was ordering it, but I, wanted to check out the truck first. Only had so much money to go around when I pulled the trigger on it. And with the $20 discount I got for signing up to Direct RC's email, I was able to get a bearing kit for it, which I thought was the most important thing to get for it right out of the gate. Would be a bearing kit, so it rolls easier. We get a longer runtime with bearings versus bushings as well. just because everything smooth spins freer, less drag. Which is also something to think about if you start hauling vehicles on the back of it. More weight on the vehicle, more drag that you're going to have, especially if you're rolling on bushings, where it's like 1-to-1. And you're relying on the bushing's softer material as a lubrication on the shaft's harder material. Bearings, on the other hand, spin within, so you're better off with bearings. We roll it over again, and we're cutting hard right into it. Let's see if we can roll it back over. Oh, we're just gonna drop further downhill. This is not getting good. This is not good. It's going further downhill to the right here. Oh, we're done for. We've got a stick wound up in between. No issues with the steering servo as of yet. I mean, maybe a brass servo mount would be nice. They don't have one for. They have an aluminum servo mount, but a brass servo mount would be nice. And maybe some brass steering links on the front, just to give it a little bit more weight on the front. I think would be good. This truck is really fun. Definitely making light work of a lot of the obstacles here on the course for such a small vehicle. Well, I wouldn't say light work. It's a challenge for sure, but it's able to get through. Good, nice vehicle. Next obstacle is not very difficult. It's just this big dirt hill here with a couple rocks buried in between. We've been messing around on a lot of rocks, so get our tires dirty here. Run over some trees. No problem for the 6x6. This truck is a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. All right, next obstacle is the dreaded log crossing. This guy right here. Well, not really necessarily a log crossing. That's a log crossing. But this log obstacle is going downhill. All the logs that are approaching it are going downhill this way as well as sloping down this way. So everything is angled to the right. You could ask everybody who's been out here and ran on this course. This obstacle right here is one of the hardest. Doesn't look like much, but it's deadly. It's going so good, right? First couple feet. These logs have been here for a while, for years. They are aged. And they are smooth, super slick. When it's wet, it's just a nightmare. Back to the right here. I was cutting left there, cutting back to the right. No problem for the Arktos. That's amazing. That's amazing. One timed it, essentially. Next obstacle, let's try the big sand hill here. We'll try to go up the sandy section, and we'll also try to climb up the big quartz rock right there first, and then we'll maybe attempt to climb up the side over here if we have enough battery life left over, and perhaps break off to the right on this rocky section, which is built for the SCX-24s. We take the 110 scales on there, which is a challenge to take the 110 scale vehicles on the smaller courses, like driving on a golf cart path. So we'll mess around here and see how it does. The sand is not stirred up. Everything is compacted, basically. So the traction is going to be okay. Get a couple vehicles on here and stir it up, it would be a nightmare. The truck wouldn't even get this far, really. We're in low range still. And we're crawling to the top. I was going to say we're crawling to the top with no problem, but we're getting up here. Piece of cake. All right, let's try the big quartz rock. Not directly. We're spinning our way around the edge here, which is not as steep. Our wheels are in the air. Hey, look, we're going to get over that ledge. Oh, we're going to roll it. This will drain our battery down. And we're back on our wheels. All right, so not so good on the giant piece of quartz there. Nice little groove right here to hold your tire. Shaped like a cup. Curve on it. And we're approaching another one right here on our front tire, so we're two curves. Hard to overcome, even with the 6x6. Let's try this other side over here. We might be able to make it up that edge. We haven't tried second gear. I'm not too sure if that would even help in this situation. And we're probably going to go into neutral and roll backwards as soon as we hit second gear, right? So we've got that neutral option. So I don't know about that. There we go. Well, a little sudden burst of speed, but that'll kill our battery quick. Nope, don't think it's gonna happen, guys and gals. Definitely make quick work of the hill in second gear, no doubt about that. Put it back in first. Or low range, I should say. Not bad. Not bad hill control. Mosquito or something buzzing around the truck. Oh, almost had it. I let off. Oh, we got it. Trying to find the most difficult path once again. This little truck is very impressive. I'd have to say that this was really pound for pound one of the most impressive RTRs that I've driven in a long time. But a great little vehicle. Now there's another difficult rock challenge hiding right around the corner here. We'll see if we can climb up that. That's right in front of us. See if we can make it back out of this hole right here from two different angles, going this way as well as going around on the other side of the rock. And now we're having trouble with this approach coming in. Jagged rock on the driver's side. Our front bumper is level with the rocks right now. Driver's side tire is coming up this inverted incline. It's pushing back on the tire, pushing the axle backwards. You can't see it, but it was the rock faces like that. So the tire was trying to climb up while the rock is pushing the tire backwards, and the truck's trying to go forward. So it's pushing the axle backwards. Could have broken the axle or broken something really. Trying to push that too far. A lot of stress. Oh, turning into it. Keep on going. There we go. And we managed to drop our front end down right on top of this rock shelf right here. Might have been a snagger otherwise. Once again, vertical incline there. A lot of torque. Back axle's torqued up as well. Too much torque to overcome, really. Had to back up past it. Hound dogs. dogs are out of hand. All right, no problem making it through. All right, we're going to try to climb up this area here, which is a crazy inverted shelf. We're going to try to climb through here. And we're going to try to climb through here. So first things first, let's turn around and go through the way we just came up. Try this one first. There's a couple different routes we can go here. This area is deadly, really. There's this big rock standing up here that's planted in the ground. There's another rock spire right here that's hard to see, but that's planted into the ground as well, so that's not going anywhere. And it's just an obstacle to make life miserable. So that rock face can be a difficult one to climb, and this one as well. I'm trying both. Passing that first rock spire. Catching up with our backside. No good way to make the approach here, and trying to back up, and we're backing up onto that one wall there. I'm going to try to bring it right through the middle here. Use a sand ladder for the front tire. I think we can make it. We're getting snagged on our eyelets on the front bumper for the D-rings. When we try to back up, our back end's going up in the air. So it's bringing our front end down. Every time the back end goes up, it's making it harder for us to climb up this obstacle, because it's putting our front end at a weird angle. Uh-oh. Getting close to low voltage cutoff, I think. Stalled it out right there. Might be getting close to being dead, guys and gals. Well, it's definitely torqued up in there, that's for sure. Yeah, those two little rock spires are deadly right there. All right, so having trouble with this area. Approach angle right here. Catching our bumper on these rocks. And I think we're getting close to low voltage cutoff. Don't want to kill the battery. So we're going to try this other little area. I mean, our goal is to kill the battery, which is, I think, is what's happening right now. It's definitely, yeah. Yep, I think that's it, guys and gals. No more movement out of her. All right, we'll total up the time. It's been one heck of a runtime. There's no doubt about that. Our lights are flashing, so I think our batteries are dead. I think that might signify that we have dead batteries. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to put a total on the a runtime total down below. And let's give the truck a quick once over and see what kind of damage we've occurred in our runtime here. Well, first and foremost, we're going to shut our vehicle off. All right, checking on our damage. Mirrors are still intact, thankfully. Fold-away mirrors, they did a nice job on that. Chassis, really not too much. We got a little bit of dust and dirt on it here, some dirt on the corners, to be expected because we had the corners buried in the ground there for a little bit. A couple small scratches on the back of that bumper there, just on this one side here, barely noticeable. Axles look okay. Really, it doesn't look too bad for all the rocks that we were crawling through. It's actually pretty darn clean across here. I'd say we ran this thing for a good solid hour and a half so far. Just guessing. We have a couple minor rollovers. There's some minor abrasions on the door here and there on our fender flares. up on our sun visor from rolling over. Sorry for laughing, Dave. A little bit on this header rack right there. A little bit of dust and debris on that. But really, truck's in great condition. You'd hardly know that it ran as long as it did and was put through what it was put through, which is quite a lot as far as things go. Awesome little truck, no doubt about it. I think it's a great truck. I'm not being paid to talk about it. Not in a partnership program, once again, with any of these guys. But I think this is an awesome vehicle. By far one of the best vehicles, one of the best RTRs I've driven in a long time. No doubt about it. You know, I think it blows the TRX-4M out of the water, essentially. It's a great little vehicle for what it is, pound for pound. I think it's a great truck, at least on day one. Day one run, perfect, beautiful. We'll check the battery. Once again, we'll put a number down below on what our total runtime was with our total battery life at the end. And that's going to do it. All right, boys and girls, very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video. First run with the Hobby Plus Arktos 6x6. And I think it's a great truck. That's going to do it, and we will see you all on the next video. Thanks again.